Welcome to Dice, Nerds, and Nagas, coming at you from Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Dice, Nerds, and Nagas, brought to you by the 1933 horror film Mystery at the Wax Museum, starring Lionel Atwill and Edwin Maxwell, in a creepy wax museum, one presumes. I haven't seen the film. Now,
are we affecting box office totals for this 1933
Oh yes, of course. So, you know, Mystery at the Wax Museum. Check it out. It comes to theaters February 17th, 1933.
Is that the one that all the time travelers gave like an 88 on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yes. That's exactly the one, I think, that you're talking about. And also, happy Thanksgiving and Water Festival, I guess, you know.
And happy birthday!
Yeah! So there's just a bunch of shit going on today, actually.
That's
So,
why I
maybe
almost
you
wrapped your
in the
ass.
future.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you know, it's not a bad ass. I can understand the impulse. I'd say it's my best feature.
I'm sorry, man. I consider pretty bad.
So
That's the first time I've heard you compliment yourself. Good job.
Oh, yeah!
It's a weird
Great.
It's an upside down day.
I can explain. I've been getting sicker and sicker over the last few days, so I think I'm delirious and just saying
Deliriously
nonsense. Anywho, once again, if you're still listening at this point for whatever reason, you know, your wife left you and you want to have the sound of people in your house, or
It's a very lonely Thanksgiving.
if it's a lonely Thanksgiving and you want something to listen to before you shoot yourself, then
It's slightly darker than I planned.
okay, or
No,
just hang yourself.
No, call someone.
Poison yourself.
No, why not? Like, if you give him
Call
like
someone?
a gift, she will.
Call someone.
For sure.
Suicide hotline.
Here's
Don't
what you
listen
do.
to Ben.
Just pop on our podcast in the car while you're filling your
No!
you know, and keep it on repeat though, so that we get extra
No!
before they find you.
I think
Okay.
Mark, when you said influencers, you
You
were
just let them
expecting
stick
Oh god, you know what? Now I'm in a much better mood.
Oh
So
my
let's continue. Our heroes in the last episode were adrift, you know, flying across the Sea of Swords in what was Modoc's flying castle, but I think they've put their stamp on it enough now to call it theirs. Garuda's keep.
Floating fortress.
Yeah, their floating
That's
fortress.
much better. Garuda's floating fortress. GFA.
Rolls.
They have been up to a lot of shenanigans, mostly, this guy has kind of been taking on the role of Trixie, a drow warlock serving one of the Archfey aboard of the keep. She's got her own motivations, and which, to save you from watching the last episode, she intends to steal the heart of Dinesha. Well, I think we can all separate in-character from out-of-character information. We're all adults here, technically. I haven't checked any IDs, actually, so...
I'm so sorry.
I'm upgraded up by the time I'm 40. I don't have to.
Okay, so I'm just holding off.
Just saying.
Till then.
I'm just gonna say I'm the only
I'm 40 now.
Okay, so that's kind of what she's up to. What Trixie's up to. No, but you're a boy, Trixie's a woman. Either way, what Trixie's up to. She's got some ulterior motives, perhaps, for cozying up to the party. Akul, on the other hand, had a vision from Kelemvor directly. He saw an embattled city of the dead under siege by the Void Nagas forces, and he was also given another task to retrieve the Tablets of Fate and try and reverse this cycle to perhaps save the city of the dead or bring back the Celestial Army once again. So that's sort of what he was tasked with. Beside that, there was some other discussions, you know, telling Corden what happened to his sister. This and that, mostly just relaxing a little bit after escaping from the Feywild and escaping from Waterdeep. And that's kind of where we leave off. It is shortly after breakfast on I'd say you've been traveling, so maybe the second day of travel. You've had the first day of traveling, maybe, and it's the second day after breakfast right now.
My goals for today is going to be eventually to talk to Gordon, if I can.
Okay.
And other than that, I'm just going to be wandering around and meeting people.
Now, he grabbed his meal before everybody else, and he's up in the control deck.
Who is taking care of writing down how much gold this takes per day for flying the cost?
I am.
No, it's good.
Okay, well,
I'm supposed to be.
let's say
I'll add it up. I'll add it up.
let's say it's been like minus 2,000 or so, 2,500
Yeah,
perhaps,
that's what I know.
Okay.
roughly. And so I would say, whether you guys eat or not, an announcement goes out from Corton throughout the castle. Oh wait, I completely skipped things. So the announcement
No time travel, please.
goes as this. Looks like we have sort of a clear day ahead of us. We should make good time reaching this grandfather turtle.
We have good tailwinds happening.
Easily just a little summation, we're burning at full power right now, and I am getting some strange readings from the automaton down in the basement. Sorts the food from the ocean, basically, so maybe when you guys can check that out later today.
Quick question. 3,000. What was that for again? Of gems that we took
I took that.
for the armor.
I to go shopping, yes. I still have some of that.
Cool.
Yeah. Just still has 3,000.
You need to itemize your list for fantasy taxes. So,
For the record, what is Jessamine doing?
Well, she was wanting to do something first, right? But Jesse was just going to spend some time in the library and we'll get to that later.
no. If the announcement goes out, I'm going to turn to my compatriots and be like, I think that we should probably sort that out, and that would be a good way for me to maybe get a chance to talk to Gordon after it's all fixed. I mean,
I'm happy to help if I can.
hey,
Anyway.
Perdita.
Okay. The rest of you guys, Ekul, what are you doing this fine, calm, maybe slightly chilly morning outside?
Uncle was kind of bored, so he's going to tag along down to the basement. And then after that resolved, he's just going to go soak it up in the hot tub.
Okay, fair enough. And I believe that leaves Perdita, you're going to come with it as well, and
Yeah, okay.
Feather Marshal, I think
And then
you two are the only ones that maybe have the full administrator privileges, or did you give that to both of them as well? Kind of the code for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Trixie.
Not Trixie. Alright, so we know what Jessup's doing. He's
And
in the
Martin.
library.
And Martin.
And Martin, you are going with as well, I believe. You were...
I suggested it, so yes, I will.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, that's why I didn't mention her, because I thought she was already going with. So, Trixie, just finished breakfast, I suppose, among the Archfey, and this announcement rings out.
I think Trixie is...
Or you're still, whatever, in the bedroom, or just doing whatever.
Trixie is probably going to... Like, I don't know what areas she can actually get into, but she's going to try and get into some areas and see what she can find.
Did you come down for breakfast?
Yeah, she would have. I Jason did as well, but he's just eating very solemn face, quiet.
I want to talk to Jessup, but I don't want to make you real play two characters.
Well, you can. I kind of have to a little bit for today because I need to just get the library shit done.
Alright, in that case, I'm eating next to Jessup.
Okay.
Hi, Jessup.
Morning.
You alright?
Okay.
Spoken with confidence. I think we're gonna go, I don't know, I'm definitely gonna go down to the basement to try and figure out whatever that was about. You want to join us?
No, I'm going to spend a bit of time in the library today.
Looking for anything good?
Well, we didn't come over too well. I'm hoping that that Modak might have some training manuals hidden away in all those books.
Like what kind of training?
Like training manuals, things to help you, be a little bit faster or improve your speaking skill or training manuals.
you trying to make an army?
Maybe.
Okay. Cool. Let me know what you find.
That will do. Just for Ben's sake, I'm specifically looking for any of those tomes they had. Like there's the tome of fucking leadership, and there's the tome of swift blah 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 and all that stuff.
Oh yes, the famous tome of Swift.
There's one that improves your dexterity, one that improves your
They're all there,
one that
but they've just
improves
been
something.
used.
So I'm
They're all
looking
there in
for
a pile on
those.
the table, but they've all just been
They've
used.
all just been
It's
used.
100 years.
I mean, I figured, yeah, if he had something like that, he would use them.
Well, that's
It's a
what
it's a
I
book
want to
though,
Maybe
yeah.
he
Like
reached-
You
you
can wait
get
100
twice.
years. You gotta wait 100 years for it to
Maybe
work
he
again.
reached the cap.
He's a cloud giant. He's probably read them all already, and it might be.
Yeah, it says the manual then loses its magic but
For 100
regains it in a
years.
century.
What how long ago was Modok killed?
We actually don't know exactly. We know when we killed the undead
A
one.
few months.
Maybe-
Remember, we killed the undead Murdoch.
Say the whole
Really
thing
dead.
began maybe, let's say it's crept up to about 7 or 8 months ago,
Okay.
is when things started. So Modok probably died like 6 months ago.
Also, it's like, oh, he just read them now? Well, you know, like, really? Come on.
Maybe he didn't read.
Like,
Maybe
I'm
he didn't
gonna
have
look-
some
I don't-
libraries,
I don't know if
'cause he
there's
likes
anything
looking at
like that. I just want to look in the library and see if anything like that is available.
They're all over there, just the covers.
If you open them up, it's actual like
They're all fake books, actually. It's a
every
front.
single book.
It's a front for cocaine.
Somebody has a list of the books that we found.
Wondrous, very rare
Books that we
item.
found.
Yeah, because we got through
That just is a
lots.
straight up, you get a +2 to whatever stat.
I've got a list of all of them.
And you've got to, you know, spend 48 hours studying that thing.
Yeah, that's not that
Straight
difficult to do.
Can't just
Say, I can just say, I stay in the library for 48 hours and study it.
You get exhausted and everything if you want to
Really?
enjoy the night of that.
That's not true. You don't have to study 48 hours straight.
No, that's exactly what I'm just saying.
In,
Otherwise you get exhaustion.
Eventually, it takes you 48 hours to
You were
finish.
reading your
Right, so anyways, moving on.
how many hours?
And then looking around, do I see Trixie sitting anyone?
Yeah, she'll be there. Just having breakfast.
She's a fairly personable person. Is she surrounded by people? She comes with us.
She'll probably be with you guys. I mean, she spoke to you yesterday, so she's probably there.
One, good morning, Trixie.
Morning.
Two, we're not going to do it again, right?
Did we do it already?
Well, we haven't done that yet, but I'm talking specifically about the whole calm emotions thing. Or whatever other spell you're trying to lob at me. You don't do that, I don't retaliate, and we get along much better.
Honey, I just let people have a good time. If you don't want me to do it, it's fine.
Thank you. How do you feel about basement diving?
Again, are you sure we haven't done it yet?
Well, I feel like I'm pretty sure, given your whole
I
uniqueness.
think I remember.
But I'm literally going to the basement.
So must you go drow.
This is true.
I got nothing.
Once you go, Joe.
So,
You won't find anything else to plow.
There we go. Too long.
It's not iambic pentameter.
keep it in
That's all
the
you now. Yeah.
Oh, that's
There you
closer.
go.
That's closer.
There you go.
So we're going to the basement.
Once you go drow, you dead now.
Exactly.
Or you sleep.
I've heard the heads of you slave now.
Like a grasshopper. So,
Pregnant.
so you guys, I imagine, gather together, go deal with whatever
This
this issue is in the basement.
I'm hoping it'll be just like a quick little check everything out, everything's fine,
Yeah.
and then I can go talk to Gordon kind of thing.
So down in the basement, you see it is vast, dark, only lit with a few different electric lamps interspersed, hanging off of the ceiling. It's kind of gets the feeling of being like an unfinished basement.
Why did that start 3 minutes? Jesus.
But to reach the basement, you briefly step out onto the turrets, go down a staircase along this outside of the wall, reaching down to the basement. You see that it is a crisp, cool day, and that there are what appears to be hundreds of thousands, millions perhaps, of various fish diving in and out of the water in one great pod.
Ooh, pretty. I'm gonna cast light on my Warhammer. Because I can't see very well in the dark.
Okay.
So I'm not glowing.
I'm looking for any large shapes near that fish pond.
would say very easily you can make out there are several whales, sharks, and
I'm
various...
sorry, man. I completely lost the description of this place in my brain for some reason. How have you seen these things?
Stepping out to take the stairway down to the basement, it kind of goes outside briefly and back in.
So like on a wall.
Yes.
Okay, outside the wall. Alright.
I think what confused you was.
I mentioned the
Martin.
basement first, and then I mentioned...
And then Martin was like, I cast light on my hammer, and I'm like, but we're outside.
Well, he did say it's
dark.
very sparsely lit. I'm gonna do it first. So
Yeah,
it's
that's fine.
promise.
It was a little mistake I made. I was describing the basement before describing getting to the basement.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you can see it is like a rainbow of fish, and the castle has huge nets kind of dragging under the water, picking up huge amounts of food, basically.
So unsustainable.
How high up are we?
Just skirting maybe 30, 40 feet above the water.
So you could reasonably dive into it.
Yeah.
But we're moving.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying, like, if someone fell off, I don't have to worry too
No,
much.
they
Is it
wouldn't.
dark?
They wouldn't die unless they got eaten by a shark or something.
It's
I
daytime.
understand. I understand.
So
Yep,
you
morning,
guys
sun's up.
don't like eating fish?
We love
Is
it.
this a problem?
I roll for
No,
you.
it's not a problem at all.
So why do we need to go to the basement?
No, I don't know, actually.
We need to go to the
There's a problem
basement.
with
There's
the
a problem
automaton
with
that cooks and does stuff
Yeah.
and picks up the fish and then something's broken.
something's broken. So that's the problem, because otherwise, if we don't fix that, everybody's going to starve.
People
And-
don't know how to cook.
There's not enough food to
Just to cook for fishing.
No, but you guys could only make 145, enough food for 145 people. And there's
Well, at
over
the
two-
time.
Yeah, but there's over
Per day.
200
I got more
people.
spell slots now.
Per day, and oh yeah, she can do more, and there's still food in the greenhouse. We're not
Not
that.
fish. We don't want these
Yeah,
horrible
okay, but we
cleric
still want
rations
to
that are
just
making
make sure that there's enough food.
dry.
I've lived off of those.
crap.
Variety is the spice of
If something
life.
breaks in your house, you fix it. Otherwise, eventually, over time, everything's fine.
Yeah, it's like Cambodia.
Sorry,
Cambodia.
right,
Yeah.
wow.
And many, many other countries.
Yes!
South Africa.
Got some expat attitude over
Sorry, I can bring over the
Brandon,
American
question.
stuck in my throat.
Things are so much better in the country I fled here from.
No, no.
It's definitely not in our case.
From what we can see of these fish from the distance we are, do they look healthy?
For the most part, yes, but at casual glance you can see a lot of like deep water fish and just species that you don't recognize. I don't know how much of a fisherman any of you really are, but
It's sort of a quaint little fishing village.
definitely all manner of strange sort of creatures among these fish. Whales, sharks, all kinds of things.
I was born on a boat.
That
Squids.
counts.
But I only
So,
spent like
hold on a second.
Just all moving
3 or 4
east toward Faerun, towards the coast.
In the opposite direction we're moving?
Yes.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's how you catch them.
That's kind of terrible, right?
So,
I'm just looking at the position of the sun.
So wait, this is kind of like animals fleeing a forest fire kind of situation.
I mean, yeah, I would say you would be perturbed by such a large amount of creatures moving.
Makes it easy.
All in the same direction,
Mhm.
right? I see. Wow, and we're going that way?
The turtle farted.
Are you
Yeah.
sure this is a good idea?
No.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
I wonder if something's
we never are.
wrong with the turtle.
I'm really worried because that's where my people are going to try and get away from all this stuff and
Yeah, well, your people are in the castle right now. If we find something
Fine,
that
we'll be high.
doesn't work, we'll just go to the next place.
Somewhere else.
We have options, sort of.
Just let's
I mean-
not go 7,000 gold pieces worth of out into the ocean. Then we have to stop. That's a point of no return.
okay.
We have to start coming back.
Find a pirate treasure or something to
We
get
have
it
to start
back.
coming back. 7,000.
You have so much money.
I do.
I have lived off of like 14
I
gold.
do have a lot of money.
Once you get more money, you gotta spend more money too to maintain that lifestyle.
I live simple. I don't. But
Okay.
still, that's a
Anyways,
lot of
moving
money.
on though.
So we're heading to the basement.
Yeah, heading back in toward the castle, into the dark basement. Your hammer is bright light down
Ooh,
there.
what color is it? It's going to be like a minty green.
That gives
color.
20-foot bright light.
I think it's 20 foot bright, 20 foot.
I'm
20
20
more
feet
foot.
away from her all the time. 21 feet.
I have ridiculously good dark vision.
And it lasts for an hour.
No,
Fair enough.
Me, 21 feet
So,
away from her.
You're able to cross over through the basement. There's various pipes, steam engines, just different, plumbing and fixtures like that crowding the basement. But you make your way over to the, ocean food processing area where you see the kitchen automaton stretcho arm out, choking the crap out of what appears to be a mer creature.
Oh shit!
Ah.
Oh shit!
Many tentacled humanoid figure.
Like an octopus person?
Yes,
Put
Like
that
half
down.
person, half octopus?
basically.
Put that down. I shout to the automaton.
It turns towards you, cleaver in hand, and says, foreign object not identified.
We will
Process at
take care of
kitchens.
No.
Admin privilege needed.
this. I give it admin privilege. Put it down.
Wait, so you're giving it admin privilege
No,
to process
no,
it?
No, put it down. Sorry.
So you're
He's using his admin privilege in order to
Put it
tell
down.
the
Okay.
How do I shut it down for 5 seconds?
Alright, so you can turn it off, I guess.
I turn it off.
Alright, so you go, turn it off. Yep, all of its limbs just go slack, and this mer creature, shrieking, clawing furiously, flops on the ground and tries to
Is there a hole
attack
with a
you.
net and that's coming out?
What?
Is there a hole with a net and that's coming out?
No, this is just like a large, I guess I could have described it more, it's like a large, open tank almost that's just full of fish that have been
I'm
captured.
gonna cause calm emotions on it.
on the creature.
Yeah,
Does
because
it
it's
Does
freaking
it look
out.
intelligent or does it look like a fish?
Well, it's hard to tell really. It's currently freaking out.
Are you asking if it's wearing glasses?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have any clothing or decorations or anything like that. No.
That would be a DC 19. I think it's charisma save.
Is it charisma or wisdom?
I believe
We
it's
talked about this
charisma.
last time.
Yes. Calm emotions, I believe it's charisma.
Process emotion, each humanoid in a 20 radius sphere center, don't choose much rate. Same throw.
Charisma saving throw, yeah.
Is a mer person a humanoid?
Humanoid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got at least half the humanoid.
Yeah, at least half humanoid. So it doesn't succeed in not calming down, so it calms down.
Okay.
I guess. You succeed in calming it would be a much less awkward way.
We're also good
to
with the
phrase that.
English today. I'm so glad that most of us
deliciously.
teach it.
English? That's impossible. Simpsons.
I want to try to talk to it. Hello. Am I trying?
It does not speak doesn't speak common.
Cool.
Did I actually get open
Okay.
and check
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, it does not speak Elvish.
What are our options for getting this
I
thing
haven't picked my
out?
other language.
Like, is there a...
Push it out and shoot, I guess.
Okay, so there is a chute that goes just down
Yeah.
to the water.
Just plop it back in the ocean, I guess.
Can we open that and just kind of gesture for
maybe-
it to go by itself?
Wait, maybe we can find somebody who can communicate with it. It might be able to tell us what all the fish are
Wait a
trying
minute.
to get.
Doesn't your friend Jessup, can't he speak lots of different languages?
He can speak a ton of languages. I don't know that Mer people is one of them.
I don't know what they speak.
I don't know what they speak either.
It's worth a
Speak
try.
Or maybe one of the Fae.
One of the Fae might be able to do it, but I'm not sure.
I wonder if I have a-
Let's see, isn't there a spell that lets you speak with anything?
Comprehend
Yes,
languages.
comprehend languages, but I definitely don't.
Trixie is just a first level with Warlock with
Trixie is
I'm
gonna,
gonna stop
Trixie's
it.
gonna, okay, you got a spell.
Well, I mean, if
What is
Trixie's
the
gonna do
spell?
something, tongues. The spell grants a creature touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears, and when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target understand what it says.
So that's the same thing basically. It sounds like it's actually better than
But
comprehend.
we understand it.
Yeah, so
That's
he
because we
would be
understand
able to understand all of us, and then we would be able to understand it specifically.
Okay.
Cool. But if Trixie's got something planned, I'm not trying to step on her toes.
Go for that. My idea
Don't
was
be so indecisive.
she can read all writing, so my idea was to try and write out, just show mime writing, and then give it something to write with.
Okay, cool. So
Like
I
yours is
Do that. So for 1 hour, the mer creature will understand any spoken language it hears, and when it speaks, we will understand what it says.
Cool. Do it.
I do it. I grab my holy symbol and I kind of wave my hand at it and
Tongues. The power of really.
the power of
Power of or kun la.
or I mean, really, anyone who wants to claim my soul at this point.
Compels ya. So you wave your holy symbol and yeah, which holy symbol are you waving actually?
I gesture like this.
Your hammer or your
My amulet.
Alright, so the amulet of war, it lets out a soft little dim light, and the now calmed merfolk sits there staring at you now, quizzically.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, it worked. That's exciting. Hi, I'm Martin.
Yes.
Do you have a name?
No.
Fair.
This is
But
One of those again.
What are you running from? Where's we from?
Imagine this murdered person running on water.
great servant.
Many heads?
Yes.
How far away?
Far now. Swim for almost a week, 2 weeks.
Why are you headed towards
Weeks. It totally knows the concept of time, in a way that it could.
4 times.
Yeah, well,
Yay!
8 moons.
I guess they'll say something along the lines of, the moon looked like this when we journeyed, and you can extrapolate it from that.
Do you have any direction in mind? Where are you going? Are you going to a place or just run? Swimming?
A calling. The voice calls us.
What?
What voice?
Family?
Okay.
Father?
Turtle.
Big turtle.
Big turtle. Did you see a big turtle?
Yes.
How?
Yes, the old one.
Yeah.
Was the serpent attacking it?
No, but close.
Who's the father of the mer people?
I don't know if you remember the story about
Yeah.
Samthon.
Kunla.
Not Kunla,
Tibo.
really.
But now Kunla
And
is
Samthon,
Tibo.
all those things.
Mm.
It was the elven princess woman. What was her name? Sio
Was the mother of the mer people in the last cycle.
Yeah.
She didn't make it so good.
What is the father called? Oh, wasn't ready.
No name, but father.
I have lots and lots of feelings, but I don't know.
Well, this is what we used to do. Would you like to get back in the water?
Yes.
Stay away from
Dry.
Stay away from our nets.
Open the hatch.
It-
Heck yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
It's gonna be a very, very confusing rest of this hour for it in the water. I'm just saying. For the rest of this 55 minutes.
Drops down, looks very ungraceful, but then the moment before hitting the water, straightens its dive out. Not even a little drop, just
Nice.
Turn the automaton back on again.
right? And it begins pointing out other unique, strange fish that it just does not recognize, one by one.
Are there any that look to be humanoid or intelligent? Or...
No, these ones are just exotic fish, things that look like they have coral growing off of them.
Ooh.
Occasional turtle gets in the nets.
Is there a spare tank nearby?
To keep the fish alive longer.
Yeah, if I want to
An aquarium.
tell the automaton if it finds something it doesn't know what to do with, just move it to that and then carry on.
That would be pretty complicated to add like a
Yeah.
new
Subroutine.
routine
So
to
yeah,
it.
you can't reprogram it.
We have administrative privileges.
Yes, but how do you? We don't know how to program things.
How do YouTube it?
Do is programming a skill I can take in D&D usually.
Let me roll.
I would say it's not even
Dexterity.
something that could be rolled. I guess you could.
Dexterity for my fingers.
It would be more of a luck roll to see how little you break it.
If I roll a
Try
20,
to-
I get it right.
What
Nope.
are
If you roll a 20, you don't break it in any significant way.
Let's not break the thing that's sorting out our food, okay?
Okay.
No, I mean, I don't
What
see.
would guidance cost for a luck roll?
Maybe
no.
we can just send someone down here.
Don't think Ben's good.
Do you see anything that you think is not safe to eat?
Does a tank know, does a robot know that?
What?
Something's poisonous?
Trixie knows a lot about poisons.
I would say maybe it could.
I'm sure that
It wouldn't
Some
serve
sort of fail-safe in
poison,
there,
so yeah.
I'm
it
not
maybe
sort of worried
checks.
about it. I just want to tell it to just cut whatever it wants to cut. But then if there's another person in there or something, then
Yeah.
he's going to die.
That's
You
not
just tell it
really.
not to kill the
Do you guys
people-shaped
have like
things.
a book that tells you how to run this thing?
Oh, there's orbs, but a lot of them are broken, thanks to the wizards.
Wasn't there an orb down here?
It wasn't like that. Told us about the dragon.
Yeah.
There was an orb.
Oh, why?
There was an orb, but the wizards took that one apart near the. So this thing's just basically running on. Can I cut this up for your food? Can I cut this up for your food? What is this fucking thing? Can I cut it up for your food?
Oh, I have an idea.
So just a bunch of yes/no questions that would take just a few minutes to sort through the new species.
Oh, now? Okay.
Fish.
Okay, I got you all of them.
Okay.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, it's rather simple. It's just, do you guys want to eat this?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I was
Yes,
gonna
yes,
suggest,
yes, no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
What I was gonna suggest is just go up to the queen, ask her for Bartholomew to come down, give him administrative thingies.
Well, you would need
Bartholomew
to.
is the most trustworthy person
What is
you
that?
will ever come
Let me just
across.
give you
Just
a
jinx the
mistake.
entire game.
Can I just say? Can I finish? And like he'll probably make it better.
You're lucky you have administrative privilege. We're not giving it to somebody else.
I don't
Actually, not
think.
somebody, but
I don't think you would
Archfey.
need administrative privileges though. Like I think that this is just like another cog in the sorting machine. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
That's fine.
if don't know, get this person to say yes or no, and that's just like it.
Will that person need administrative privileges?
To tell it yes or no? Yeah.
Really?
Well, never mind.
Well, that doesn't matter. It's just tell it.
Yeah, so it just takes a few minutes. This is just a little minor incident, basically, throughout in the day. But the merfolk was released. You go through the new strange fish from all over the world, and
Seems like really cool.
can expect a lot of some interesting seafood
You
buffets
would
coming
probably
up,
recognize
perhaps.
some of them. Yes.
While
From the
we're
Far
doing that
East.
sort of make investigation,
No,
I'll
we're
just
going
see if I need
We're going
some
west.
books.
The fish.
Sure.
Okay. I'll use that thing to give myself proficiency in that for 10 minutes while I'm looking through the index which Elvira so kindly taught me about. Investigation.
Okay,
So maybe we just add this to our routine for the next couple of days, where one of us comes down and just quickly gets to me.
Want me or him?
Dean.
We're the only ones that I've been.
We just talked about how we all have.
I got full administrator. Okay.
I mean, I'm more than happy to leave this to you, though. Like, I'm not arguing that. You or him, it's fine.
yeah, me
What?
too. Sounds like the most boring thing.
I'm just saying, like, maybe that's the easiest way to get around it.
fun.
No, what I mean is like coming down here to sort fish every day.
That's what I'm saying.
I
I mean, this.
I mean, how many different kinds of fish can it be?
While we're on this,
There's only like 10
Jinx
fish in the world.
again.
It's only like 10 fish.
I'm going to try and find Bartholomew.
Okay. So while you're doing that, let's see. So you roll so first, Adrian, Jessup's library roll.
Yeah.
You do find a tome. How to influence people, make friends, etc. If you give it 48 hours of study total, you will get a +2 to persuasion rolls.
Just persuasion?
Yeah, not charisma. That's ridiculous. Just read a book up your charisma. He's not going to leave that kind of shit lying around.
It depends on how good the book is. Let's be honest.
That's better. See
I
what
once
we can
read
do
a
that.
book about how people, the way in which people behave when they lie, and then I was like, oh, that's really interesting, and then for a while I was like, oh, everybody's always lying. And then I read another book that completely refuted everything that was written in that first book. And I was like,
Is this which book are you talking
that
about?
Fleur.
Okay.
Which book was lying?
The first one.
Well,
Maybe
actually,
both
books
books
was
were
like
Should I look left or
trying
right?
to mess with you, just kind of trying to get you to realize that the book itself was a lie.
Isn't everything a lie?
So next day you can run as smoothly as you guys would like.
I
You
do want to talk to Corden.
So you can do whatever things you'd like to finish in this first day of travel.
Yeah. I have been around you.
Typical man. He's
Okay.
fine. We talked about it. He said he was cool. It's all good.
I've been around you
We're hugged up.
in
It's all
weird emotional situations enough to know that you have no idea how to do any of that.
So you're looking for Bartholomew. Out in the little greenhouse outdoor area, you find Bartholomew, which is now in the shape of a minotaur with glasses
How's he know it?
and a little bow tie.
Well, I asked people, you see more fun of me that here.
There's little bow ties usually to give.
I really like the idea that he just always has the same bow tie.
So you find him sitting on the beach,
Stop.
waves lapping against his hooves.
It's still morning yet.
Yes,
Morning. Bartholomew?
that's me, yep.
Oh, great.
Queen picked new shape for me today.
Right, so, you're looking good. Stunning.
Thank you.
You know all of the Fae that came with us, right?
Yes, I'd say so.
Okay. I was wondering if any of them are particularly good with enchanting.
Well, I suppose obviously the queens, they're all excellent enchantresses, but there was a more minor archfey that had some skill.
Okay.
Her name is... Give me 2 seconds.
Give me
Her
just
name
My
is...
fantasy name stuck.
My enchanter's name.
Amara.
Why do I have a visceral reaction to that name?
I don't know.
Italian bitter liqueur.
No, it's not. Amara. He said Amara.
Montenegro, Chino. They're all Amaras. I love them.
I think there's maybe some game that's kind of witchy Amara.
Okay, so...
Yeah. I kindly thank him, and I go looking for this Amara.
Okay, I imagine asking around a bit, you can find her in the Dryad's Glen, or Glade, which is now bursting with life and color and new plants and flowers and such. You can see the Queen of Spring and some of her entourage are there. Her entourage including Amara.
Okay.
They watch you approach. What can we do for you today?
Greetings. Bartholomew told me that you are an enchantress of great renown.
Great renown is pushing it, but I've done a little work, I guess, in the past. In the mortal plane.
I'm looking for someone to help me. When we took this castle, I found a giant sword, but it was unfinished. And I've been hoping to find somebody to help me finish the sword.
Well, I suppose I could perhaps do that. So, go ahead and just write down what specs you want for the sword, and I'll see what I can do. I'm gonna take a little bathroom break. Be right back.
Okay, you said you talked to Corden. What exactly did you say?
That's Embry left. Are you asking me or Feather?
I'm asking Feather.
That's Embry left after a harrowing emotional period of time with demons and gods. She flew away into the Underdark and none of us could follow her because she turned into a little bit and went up into the cracks. That's the last we've heard of her. We have tried to contact her using some sort of spell that one of our people have, but to no avail yet.
How do you say?
Fine.
Yeah, okay.
You
Yeah,
said
okay.
one of our people have. That's correct.
Okay.
if you want to go and try to call her while he's there, I think you should.
I mean, definitely down
That's
to
what he's going to ask you, yeah. I think I mentioned Eron.
Really? Did you? Really?
Who's that?
Who is Aaron?
Already replaced. I see how it is.
Okay,
Replace
so
it with my
who else was doing stuff today, or?
I'm gonna go find Gordon.
Okay.
I guess the only thing Trixie's going to do, she wants to just poke around the castle, investigate, see anything that looks particularly interesting or unusual that maybe somebody's missed.
Okay.
She's literally just wandering around, like looking at shit, and trying to find something interesting.
Quick question, how did we get out of the terrarium once we went in it?
Once you had, I think, the admin password,
It just popped us up.
popped you out.
Did we read anywhere? Can I go through the orbs upstairs in the room as well to try and figure out if there's a way of just going in and coming out without having to do everything?
Well,
Because I want to take her inside and her maybe to see. Show them.
yeah.
I'm so in.
But I don't have to go through the whole spiel, especially not just with three of us.
Yeah, it would suck to have to keep resetting the password just in order
And
to
it's
go
a
in.
mission as well.
Yeah.
Three, that's a mission.
So give me an investigation roll. You're fiddling around with the orb in the bedroom nearest the terrarium, and you're speaking with Corden. So you find Corden. He's left his food sitting on a plate by the entrance. He's just kind of watching the nav computer and minding his own business, basically.
So he did not eat it?
No, he did.
Oh, okay.
And take that for a 3.
Okay, that's.
Oof.
Get an error message and find that you're locked out of the that particular orb for 24 hours.
You hit the wrong password 4 times in a row. Hey, Gordon.
What can I do for you?
How are you?
It's been a difficult time, I suppose, lately.
Yeah. How's the whole not being a bird thing going?
Well, it's nice to stretch my legs and be able to grasp things with fingers again. You don't realize how much you miss fingers when you're a bird. And, of course, I'm sure you know about... Fucking God. I'm sure you know about Zenbrew.
Forgotten already.
Wow.
Yeah, I really did. Just lost at the second that I was about to say
Don't
it.
you love that? Like, I've heard that so many times.
I don't know. That's actually why I wanted to come talk to you. I don't really understand what happened.
Well, from what I understand, she's lost in the Underdark right now.
Yeah, I spoke to her before she flew off. Briefly.
What'd she say?
I was very confused and trying to figure out how I could help her with what she was trying to do. And she told me that this was like what she wanted, and what I could do was to stay out of her way, basically. Which is what I did because I trust her.
And when she gets like that, she really won't listen to anything else.
But I mean, I just wanted you to know that, like, I mean, I didn't know her all that long, but like, I'm not giving up on her. I desperately want to see her again.
No, I mean, she's a scrapper. I mean, you should have seen her. Around small town back in the day.
Yeah?
It's amazing.
So I'm gonna spend the rest of however long he's willing to talk trying to get him to give me story times.
Okay. He obliges. He's happy to talk about her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every day that I can, I send another message. You know, to try and get a hold of her. It hasn't worked yet, but maybe it will.
I think we can... I appreciate it, I suppose. I'm sure she'll respond. She's probably just... I don't know. Gets single-minded about her goals sometimes.
Yeah. It was a rough few days building up to that. Maybe she just needed a little time to herself.
The Underdark doesn't know it's hidden them anyway, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But don't worry, I'm focused on the task at hand. I understand you guys are doing important work, and I'm willing to help with that. Really don't have anywhere else to go right now anyway.
Well, if you need anything, let me know.
Sure.
I'm relatively certain she didn't find anything interesting. She got a 9 on her investigation check.
No, I mean, mean, you know, interesting,
What were you looking for?
just interesting stuff.
Stuff that people might have missed. She hasn't been in this castle long, so she's looking for interesting shit.
I wanted to ask, Feather. Is there anywhere, I'm a little bit bored on this trip, and I just want to know, is there anywhere in this castle where there's like a lock that can be locked and then I can pick it? And it's something I like to do when I'm bored.
Yes. I take her to... Ooh, fuck it hell.
What?
The
I have a
vault.
challenge of note for you, little one.
Don't call me little one. You're like half the
I
size.
call everybody little one.
You're half the size of me.
I call everybody little one.
And
I take her up to the vault. This is a 6th level... It was a test though, wasn't it? Or something, yeah.
Yeah,
If you could pick it,
yeah, if you could just brute force through it, that would be quite the feat.
or pick it, eh? Or do you have to like hit it?
You could
There's
probably...
like actual locks
See, that's
that you
up.
can
Yeah,
actually
there'd
find.
be different mechanisms she could work on. It's like a big, complicated trap.
Oh yeah.
Practice
Oh,
always,
that's
but
amazing.
Technological and
It's
magic
dangerous.
components.
What can I remember what happens to it? Don't tell her though.
I think
What
they're
is the...
equivalent of laser cannons or something,
Oh,
like
cool.
blasting
just
spells.
out of the radius of
You're
it.
gonna watch it.
Yeah!
Yes.
There's a healing potion in my hand.
Did you give
For
her
yourself
one?
or for her?
Yeah.
The
I gave it the +2, yeah. I think.
I don't think you have. I don't think you have. Because I haven't picked any locks in front of you yet.
Okay.
That's fine.
Then I'm going to try use these.
Yeah.
And I give her my +2 lockpicks.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Really fancy looking, nice little soft leather pouch.
Okay, so go ahead and I guess give me an initial roll to see how the lock picking's going, and we'll leave it off there. I think maybe unless there's anything else anyone wants to do the first day.
yeah, I think after doing a bit of reading, Jessup is probably going to go try and find Queen Tiana.
Okay.
Is it on here? Oh, no. It doesn't
I
matter.
want to do one thing after this. I want to go out into the nursery. I would like to plant a bee.
How do these tools work? Like, seriously, I have this.
If you're proficient in it, you add your dex and your proficiency modifier.
Okay.
So now, and it's a +2 now. So you add proficiency, +2, plus your dex modifier to your d20 roll. 6 plus 4 is 10,
Reliable
plus 2
talent.
is 12. Oh yeah, reliable
5.
talent, yeah.
Oh, 4. Yeah. Oh, that's right. So it's 10 plus
2
plus
for the
2.
bonus, plus 4 for your proficiency, plus your dex mod. So 16
So
plus
that's
your dex. 20 in total.
20.
10 plus 2 plus 2 plus 10 plus 2.
You roll a 6 and end up with a 2.
Reliable
I know,
talent.
reliable talent.
On me. But okay, so she's hard at work working on this thing for the first day, and I would say maybe after a whole night of just constant tinkering, smashing things a little bit, you know, just trying to brute force through it,
I don't smash things.
the first door opens up, revealing the second door behind it.
Nice. Okay, I will go to sleep and hit the next one the next day.
Right, and so you want to talk to Queen Tatiana. You can find her in the lounge, I guess. Seems that she's meditating in front of the fire.
Okay, so I will move there up. My lady, am I disturbing you?
No. This is your home. Please feel free to.
Well, I guess so. That's true. I was wondering if do you have any capability of helping me talk to somebody who's not here? I would like to try and speak to my brother if at all possible. He's in the Underdark. I don't know if you're able to facilitate any of that, or if any of your people have such skill.
Okay. Says come here. Sit next to me.
Jessup sits in.
Now I want you just to stare into that fire. Focus on it.
Okay.
and you can feel a delicate hand rest softly on your shoulder. Not be weird about it. And within the flames, you can see a great battle being fought in darkness, in pure darkness, basically. Great hordes of flying stalkers and tentacled monsters, creepers, denizens of the far realms, mix with savage orc hordes. And they fight a mixture of drow and other underdark forces. Great hosts of spiders climb down the walls to sort of counterattack. And in the midst of this battle, you can see your older brother leading a charge against one of the gates of Menzo Barazin.
Okay. Well, it's certainly not a good time to talk to him then.
Seems that he's a bit busy right now. I'll leave. She gets up, stretches out, and says, "I'll leave you with this as long as you'd like, Jessup."
Thank you. I hope that where we're going will prove to be at least a temporary home for the Fae.
Me too. Now, don't take your eyes off the flame or the magical land, you understand?
Yes, thank you.
And she heads off over, back maybe to the kitchens or whatever, just puttering around.
Okay.
She's a queen without a kingdom, there's not a lot to do.
Yes. Just we'll do that as long as you can, read when you can, that's pretty much its EMO for now.
Okay, so, yes, another thing for today.
I wanted to go to the garden. Although I should have did that all night. I was watching her all night. I'll do it tomorrow morning.
Okay. And so, let's see, the next morning,
Before breakfast, I'm going to take them down.
okay. So, no problem. So you are doing what? You're going down to the garden area, planting a bean?
Yeah.
Okay, while planting the bean, give me a perception check.
19.
Okay,
My passive is like 21.
you can see there are dark shapes kind of wheeling above through the glass of this open courtyard. It's hard to make out details, but you can see there are large shadows kind of being played across the ground when they fly. You haven't heard anything from Corton yet. You suspect he's still asleep.
Look like dragons or something?
I would say it's difficult to tell through the...
Am I worried? Damn it, I really want to do the bean thing.
No, I mean, you still planted the bean. This is after you plant the bean.
Okay.
You notice that maybe you're
A minute
planting
later.
it and then a shadow passes over you.
Okay. Everybody with me?
I'm with you.
You with me? Okay.
So you get up earlier.
What are you, like, are you a gardener?
It's a magic bean. The
Oh,
minute I
okay,
plant
Jack.
it, it sprouts. You have to roll a D100.
I do, or you do?
It says DM. DM could choose as well if it wants to, or roll.
You roll it. Let's see, is that what the item is called? Magic bean?
Bag.
Bag of beans.
Bag of
magic
beans.
beans.
Bag of beans.
Was that
Okay.
52?
52. So that
1d4 plus 8 bright pink toads crawl forth. Whenever a toad is touched, it transforms into a large or smaller monster of the GM's choice. The monster remains for 1 minute and disappears in a puff of bright pink smoke.
Okay, 1d4 plus 8 toads. So that is
Look at this!
9.
Ooh, look at the toads.
9 pink toads.
I touch one.
I also touch one.
Oh, boy, okay.
I have a low intelligence score. I have to do
Me
it.
too.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, bright pink toads.
Well, I was gonna try and pick it up.
Yeah, I pick one up.
That's gonna be
Where's
my
the terrorist stats?
It's a rest. It's a large or smaller monster.
Okay, I'm sorry. So let's see.
Nice try.
Did you just say it's a rat?
Yes.
I don't know what a Tarask is.
It's like a world ender, basically. It's a cyclical kind of...
That is one way to
chaos.
solve your cycle problem.
Yeah.
Army of Jurassic.
And then I killed everything.
So the toad transforms into a large, imposing creature in front of you, Feather Marshal, with I'm trying to think, lion's head, snake's tail, chimera, yeah.
What about mine?
And then yours transforms into. Let's see.
I'm bored and this is fun.
Let's see, a massive boar standing nearly the size of a small cottage
Ooh.
appears in front of you,
Okay,
scratching its feet
that
in
was
the dirt.
just 2 of them?
Yes,
How many fucking toads were there?
Nine.
Another 7.
but they haven't touched those ones yet.
How
Very lost
big is
for
this room?
It's rather large.
It's a large
How many
house.
persons
So I'm not worried about like this
It's a big
board,
outside
this
area.
drawing.
Yeah.
Oh, it could probably destroy stuff, but they lost for a minute.
Oh,
Now we're not
To keep
to ask
them busy.
how many
Are they attacking
people
I say, it's funny because all the other things on here says it acts, there's a 50% chance it acts violently towards you, whatever, but this one doesn't. This a
Yeah.
monster would attack you.
But yeah, chimera's gonna attack you, boar's gonna try and bull rush you.
How many of the Fae are around?
I'd say maybe the dryads and maybe several others are sleeping in the corner of the area of the room, yeah.
I will,
Initiative?
I guess, yeah, initiative.
oh, 6.
11.
I'm gonna wander outside.
See if you hear any
He said,
crashing.
"No, I want to deal with the covers with you.
Well,
Because this is not even the worst thing that could have happened to the
I'm still eating breakfast.
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be eating bricks.
Trix is totally eating breakfast.
Okay.
In her nightgown.
Just us.
How far, oh, this is how far we are away.
Sorry, I was busy.
Garuda to the nursery, please. Garuda to the nursery, please.
Hey, no, I've seen the way you deal with shadows. This is gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be fun.
With what?
There are no shadows
There's no
there.
shadows, just bright light. This is a fake
There
sun
are
above
trees
us.
though,
There's
yeah?
a fake tree, like right.
Just only one tree? How do you call it a nursery if there's only one
Maybe we
tree?
can call it. Well, nurseries are little lettuces. Like it's growing
Just
vegetables.
lettuce.
Right, what's the initiative?
So there's a whole bunch of stuff there. I suppose they are shadows.
Okay, and what was yours?
11.
You need to like make yourself small so that you're in the shadow behind
I
a
can.
shrubbery.
You could be in my shadow.
Okay, so
I'm going to be nobody's shadow.
Let me look at my reactions really quick since I rolled so poorly.
like I said, the chimera is just gonna leap forth and try and rake you with all of its different weapons.
Okay.
So first, it tries to bite you. Well, natural weapons.
How close are we to each other?
23 to hit.
As it's
Does
we're standing near each other, 5 or 10 feet. 5 feet.
14 damage. Then he tries to gore you with his horns.
Protection fighter. It's got disadvantage. Those are standing next to each other.
On the second one.
On the second, not on the first one.
Alright, let's see. So let me roll that one up then. Disadvantage. So,
16.
really? So 16 is your armor class? Okay, I'm not lying about it. I rolled a 9 plus 7, which is 16.
Somebody knocks on the door.
I heard something.
Hello?
Maybe this.
Maybe next door.
Alright, let's see.
I'll check.
You want me to answer?
So that is 11 damage. And then finally, he will try and rake you with his large chimera claws. Does that one have disadvantage, or is it only for the next
No,
one?
It's gonna rake me like a Californian forest.
Basically, yeah, that's one. Okay, but he misses with that one. Got lucky. And then it goes to Feather Marshal. So this chimera is all over you.
All
Bit
up in
you.
the business.
He hit you with the horns. He's getting crazy.
I try to stab him with my spear. Do I think he's cold-blooded at all?
A chimera. I don't think they're cold-blooded.
So, let's try. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna attack him. So it's a 17 plus like 10 or something.
Oh, that'll hit.
So 26, 27.
Yeah, it definitely will hit.
And I'll try a stunning strike on him. That was my spear. So that's a double thing. No bonuses. It's 8 damage Stunning Strike, 15 DC con save.
Okay. What was the difficulty?
15.
He does pass that one.
Right. I punch him again.
Alright.
24.
Hits.
Stunning Strike again. Also 8 damage.
8 more damage.
8 more damage and DC 15 again.
DC 15. That's a con check.
Yeah.
He is stunned.
Nice.
Nice.
I then run to the boar.
Alright.
It's also like right there.
Hey, you got yours, I got mine.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it down.
You got yours.
I use
I got
a
mine.
key point for my bonus action, which I haven't used yet,
Alright.
to cast Flurry of Blows. And I take 2 strikes
Hits.
against
Kick.
Yeah, 24, no, 27. 27, that's D6 now. Strike. 6 damage.
Okay.
DC 15 saving throw. Another
Let's-
stun, so that's 4 of you.
He is stunned.
He's stunned.
Mhm.
I'll hit him again while he's down. While he's stunned.
Alright.
That's advantage.
Yeah, I believe so.
Luckily, that's. Where am I going? Unarmed strike. 14.
14
First
hits.
try. Oh, crit on my second advantage.
Alright.
roll. 6. 10 damage.
10 more damage. Okay, no problem. So then it goes to the boar, who is stunned, so he can't do anything, and then it goes to Martin.
Everybody's hit them. And I don't know that any lost a minute, by the way.
Neither do I, but I'm pissed that you attacked my
And
boar.
then I run towards the intercom, the closest intercom. that I can see.
No! This is our time.
Are you saying that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll stop.
I mean, if you still do it, like, whatever, but...
Well, I run towards it.
Like, okay, does either of them look less damage? That's what I'm more interested in.
I don't know.
Are they could I perceive how
They both still seem quite fearsome.
Okay, cool.
I was 4 key points in total.
So
Yes.
I think the Chimera is the more fun one. So I'm gonna maybe doing 3 attacks.
Alright.
Guided bolt first. Then I'm going to use my war cleric to do bonus weapon attack, and then I'm going to use action surge.
Alright.
Advantage and attack rolls.
I just go and make all 3 rolls at the same time.
Guiding bolt. Oof, bad roll.
Advantage.
Much better
As advantage?
because it's stunned.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be 28.
28 hits.
And now
So
I have advantage.
go ahead and roll to hit for the other ones.
Oh, okay.
2. So guiding bolt hit with advantage.
That's 19.
19 hits. And then your action surge attack. Hits.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, it does. But still.
Okay, so they all 3 hit. Go ahead, do up your
I
damage.
need one more d6.
Choose a type.
Choose bold cards.
Actually, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well,
The 5.9 gold roll.
yeah, for you. 22, 26, 27, 28 points of damage, of radiant damage from Guiding Bolt.
Alright.
Meanwhile, we're all sitting
And then-
breakfast.
Smash cut. Everyone's having an immense pile of fish piled up on the plate.
You wanna go for a swim?
Grilled fish, fish curry, fish stew,
Yeah, I can just
breaded and fried.
I just hear the battle music and it's like competitive eating.
I have to get my energy up so that I can go and like get through the rest of that lock thing.
You wanna join me for a swim?
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's go swim.
Okay, so 22 points, and then 10 points, and then 7
Just now.
points.
Swim first.
Part of that's radiant damage.
Okay.
How much was the rest of the damage? Radiant isn't an issue,
All
so.
total,
No,
it's
it's
going to be 39 points of damage.
Seven.
Alright. So I already did the 28, so the rest of it's 11 more?
Yeah. Well, no. It's 17 more, sorry.
17 more, okay. Okay, all good. So, I mean, I think we can all kind of see the writing on the wall here, between the stuns and the full spell slots and stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are like, let's go for a nice little swim, you know, nice little stroll in the pond. And as you enter, you can see Feather Marshal standing on top of a boar. He drives his spear into its skull, and it disappears in a puff of smoke. Mardam, full of holy fury, swinging her war axe around wildly, crashes into the Chimera's stomach, and poof, there's a puff of smoke.
Naruto clones.
So we can see them now?
7 pink toads rush into the bushes, and
I was gonna say, you can get in on this. But they're about to disappear too, yeah. Although, do we see them disappear, or do we think there's still pink toads around?
These people have a lot of fun.
It's quite funny, actually. Hang on. Doesn't say if the toads disappear.
okay, let me take a look. Fourth one does touch transforms spell, monster remains. No, the monster remains for 1 minute. Doesn't say anything about the toads.
So there's 7 toads against the different monsters.
Guerrilla warfare.
Okay,
So I'm gonna make a little note of that.
Oh, great!
So,
7 bastard toads.
I assume we see you guys. Hey guys, have a lot of fun. Hope you had a good breakfast. If you see a pink toad, call me. I want in on that action.
What the fuck?
It was a lot of fun.
What did you do?
I planted one of these beans. There's another 3 in my hand. I put them back in.
Oh,
Meanwhile, Trixie's just
yeah.
she's stroking the little octopus that she just summoned.
But there's also dark things in the sky flying above us.
I look up.
His
I
name is
look
Natas.
straight into the sun.
You hear a very tired, haggard voice on the intercom. Oh, guys, you want to look at this, I think. Just come up to the command deck, please.
So much for the swim. Okay, let's go. You gonna come with Trixie? You can swim.
Anybody I can tell
Yeah.
everybody.
I put on the intercom, if you see a pink
Don't
toad,
touch it.
don't touch it. Call us. Thank
Capture it
you.
in a glass kosh or something.
Gosh.
It's a lid of a food serving platter for food.
Oh, learned something new today.
There we go.
Watch
We're
Master.
very
That's what you do every day.
So let's see, should this be, are we near the end of the first episode time mark?
I feel like we're
Probably,
getting
yeah.
close, yeah.
Okay.
So
let's check out this, let's do this next scene, and then the aftermath can be in the next episode, and we can get to grab the turtle, I think, finally.
that sounds ominous.
Aftermath. Oh dear.
So, alright, you guys are gonna go up to the command deck then.
Yeah.
And
Those takes.
what you can see is kind of a strange new sight. Let's see here. So what you see is a swarm of hairy, like woolly, worm-like dragons. Very tiny arms, very tiny legs, long, hairy, worm-like bodies, and giant bat-like wings, wheeling about overhead. I'd say a swarm of maybe 15 or 20
Wow.
of these dragons.
Yeah, how big are they?
Roughly the size of an adult to ancient dragon
Oh,
of
so
Faerun.
big.
Can I make some kind of, I don't know, history check or something to figure out what kind of dragons these are? What would that be? Animal handling or nature or what?
They look like dragons.
Well, I would say animal handling. Well, no, not animal handling, because
Was it nature?
say like nature, survival to identify a monster.
Use my
Or
jack
if you're an
tricks.
academic, you maybe could have read something about a similar.
She is proficient in history. So,
I think I have
either
the
way,
same
I got
tracker.
plus 2.
Let me look.
It's just an 11.
Right, this is something that you've maybe heard, like funny kid stories about hairy dragons,
Okay.
but nothing academic really comes to mind.
Would I would know where I could find out more though?
Sage, when you attempt to learn or help, Fleur, if you do not know the information, you have to know when and where you can obtain it. Usually this information comes from a library, scriptorium, university, blibbity blobbity blibbity blobbity blue. So I would say, yeah, I mean, you would probably have the thought, the library, They probably have info about that. There's a lot of books about animals and such.
Cool. I have
Dragonology.
no artistic skill, but I'll take out like a blank piece of parchment and just kind of make the worst sketch of like what it kind of looks like.
I just make my image board on my hand in front of her.
I show you Mike, not at all like that. And be like, yeah, samesies.
One of them swoops down toward the command deck, and it kind of bounces off of the force field
Hey,
around the castle.
there's a lot of them, and they're
How many?
interested in us.
About 15 to 20. I'd say, okay, let's just split it down the middle. There's 17 of them exactly.
Was that a violent pass by, or?
It didn't breathe any fire, it didn't lash out with its claws or anything.
Checking to see what we are.
Perhaps, and I would say on that one, you could see this was the largest of the dragons, with only one rider sitting on its back.
Riders?
Yes.
What are the riders?
You can see there is a woven cloth, very brightly colored patterned saddle sitting near the base of this dragon's neck, and a man clutching onto the hair. You almost catch a glimpse of his face.
What does he look like?
I'd say maybe darker complexion, similar to the people of the deserts of the south. But long, straight black hair, dressed very elaborately, but with a lot of avian sort of thing, a lot of hair and furs.
I do not recognize
and
that
feathers.
sort of thing, do I? From Asian land.
He appeared to be human,
Or is it just the skin complexion?
but you couldn't really get a good view of like the ears or anything.
Just a question, how far away from the command deck would it be more than 120 feet?
Well, it came in and was zooming off pretty quick.
All I'm wondering is if anyone, like, Jess was busy with the fire or whatever, but like, if one of them had a message, I was wondering if it would reach
To one of them,
one of the flyers.
for Jessup.
Open a hailing
No,
channel.
for if any of them had message, I don't know.
I
if-
have message.
Yeah, if they could try message, I don't know if it would reach.
Number two,
Well, I mean,
open
that's,
a hailing
I don't know,
channel.
that's
Reach one of the flyers.
possible, I suppose. Especially if you brought the castle further up.
Captain, you're hailing us. Open a channel, number two.
Do you guys want me to ask them what they want?
Well, yeah.
And who they are.
I think the most important thing is to see if they're hostile or just curious.
Who are you? What do you
Okay,
want?
I'll message the one with the biggest dragon.
Alright, so Gordon moves the castle up. It climbs up higher and higher to the air steadily until you're within 120 feet, roughly, maybe 100 feet or something.
Yeah.
Send off the message.
Be like, hi, terribly sorry to bother.
I'm just in the neighborhood.
We're just passing through. Are we like bothering you in some way?
Who they are? What do they want?
So they can telepathically respond.
Yes.
Right? It's a two-way street.
Right.
Nice. So in
25 words.
heavily accented, very
Ascending.
grammatically simple common, the head dragon rider does respond. We are seeking new land, new homeland.
Where do you come from?
From the Fire Mountains far to the west, over the great ocean.
Did you see a turtle? A big turtle.
Such things should only be discussed in person.
Okay. Are you hostile?
Fucking hostile!
Declare your intentions.
Like, do you need aid? Do you need help?
No, trade for trade. We tell you what we know, you tell us what you know. Fair?
Okay, do you guys want to meet? These guys want to meet with us.
Maybe just one.
Yeah, okay.
I think it
So I
might
send
not
a
be so
message.
hot
I
to
send a
get.
message back to him and say we would meet with the leader and maybe 2 more maximum.
I will go myself.
say, how does...
There's
Is there a landing pad up top?
Yeah.
But he says, "Stop your magic. I will land on the north tower."
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Right. So, heading back out into the blustery cold weather, wind whipping about in all different directions, this great, enormous worm lands on the tower and sort of curls itself, with its head staring as you approach.
Did you tell Gordon to put the force field as soon as he's in, back up again? And to watch when he flies away to open it up again before we leave.
Like, basically just don't
see
live
the
it down.
North Tower. Like, I would message him, I think. Yeah.
So you're telling him to trap him in
Well,
your...
we're not trying to trap him in, we just don't want any of the other worms coming down and attacking them.
Yeah, they can't see the
Like, if he tries to leave, we open it so he can get out.
Force field a visible thing?
Well, it's visible when you...
close it.
Yeah.
Your decision.
Yeah, so...
Honey, wouldn't that be a little bit antagonistic?
Yeah.
Well then, I told Gordon that watch the others. If any of them make a thing, force field straight away.
Yeah, this isn't something I'm intending to take my eyes off of, really.
Yeah.
Good job.
Big flying hair worms.
Job.
Hey.
So, sitting at the edge of the tail of this beast, you can see the prince, the leader of these people,
Of Persia.
sitting there watching you approach. He does look a bit exhausted, but he's not taking his eyes off of you.
I feel like maybe, like, surrounding him is not cool. So I'm gonna hang back. Like, I'm gonna just, distance a little bit.
What's your name?
Mm,
Oh, sorry. I'm Perdita.
Perdita,
I'm Trixie.
What's your name?
Trixie,
Federal Marshal.
Feather Marshal.
My question is, would he know me? Because I'm from the south.
Because everyone knows
No.
everyone.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's actually
You know
not
South
from the
African guy?
south. He just looks a little similar to the people far
Doesn't
south.
look like people from Ireland.
No.
Okay.
From the distance, I wait.
He raises one hand in your direction. Ah, cool. I am Paxitol.
Paxitol. How do you spell that?
Like you said it.
Like it sounds.
PAX.
Let me look. Paxitol.
Ooh.
Sounds like a medicine.
It does,
but,
actually.
you know, whatever.
Where do you have
Ask your doctor if Paxitol is
Where do
right
you
for
come
you.
from?
9 out of 10 dentists recommend
As
Paxitol.
I said, the Fire Mountains to the west.
Fire Mountains, that's right.
But,
To the west of here, where we are now.
yes,
So not favorable.
Very interesting.
from a boat, perhaps months away. On Dragonback, though, it's much faster.
Yeah.
I've never seen these kinds of dragons before. What are these?
These are the great worms. We've flown them for generations, but now they are dying out and we seek a new homeland to start over.
Let me guess. Real giant snake thing ripped up your homeland?
You know of the infestation of snakes, parasites?
Well, maybe this is a different thing. I just thought it was that big
Yeah,
six-headed Naga.
Yeah, but he manifests himself in different ways.
we
No,
heard,
he remember the dragon?
we heard from somebody else
Dragon.
passing this
The
way
parasite.
that
Naga was
there
inside
was
the
a
dragon.
huge
That makes sense.
snake thing
But we don't know that.
I don't know about...
west.
Some of them are quite huge, nearly 8 men in length, longer.
In the
Okay. Wow, that's big.
inside the dragon.
But not sure about anything under the water. We didn't. Our beasts don't delve that deep. That is the realm of the god of refuge, the great turtle that you spoke of.
Yes. If you're flying past us, are you flying past us?
We are. We seek a new homeland. Our lands are sick. The wild men of the mountains run amok, destroying all the villages and people that they can. And as I said, there's a plague of worms. These large silver worms infest our beasts,
Silver worms.
burrowing into their brains
Oh,
and turning
Jesus.
them against the riders. We've taken all the ones that we could, but I fear that this may not be a large enough population to continue. But we seek a new homeland, safe from the wars between these silver worm-like snakes and the wild men of the
Do
hills.
you know of the Sword Coast?
Legends, occasionally boats will wash up on shore.
Stay away from the big cities. They are under siege or destroyed.
Yeah.
By
So-
giants.
War ravages your lands as well.
Yes. Yes, all lands.
Or realms.
All realms as well.
Or planes. Do you know of the Feywild?
No.
Do you know of the 9 hells?
We know, yes, the pain pits.
Yes.
Two.
They're
Two have been
to
destroyed.
be destroyed.
And the walled city of the dead is under siege as well.
There are, my people, before we left, we did hear that there were devils and demons lurking in the woods now. Homeless.
Yeah.
Homeless debts.
They seek a new homeland, but they took ours. The wild men and the snake battle now for it. We hope to find a land of peace and prosperity far from these
Well,
wars.
I mean, I know about peace and prosperity, but I know Warlock could surely use your help. If you do manage to land, you can speak to Yuling and tell him Councilwoman Trixie sent you. I'm sure they'll put you to use.
So they live in the deep waters.
Well, the bay is really deep, and they call it water deep. I know, humans, right?
How do we go to this place?
I silent image a map for him.
It's basically directly east from you. We went to
Well,
east,
we
didn't
thank you then. And we can tell you if it is Grandfather Turtle you seek.
Yes.
Here, let me just write you a note quickly. I'm gonna write a note with my official stamp and all that shit like that, my noble stuff for them to give to you, and so they know it came from me.
I don't know what this means. Is it some sort of spell?
It will.
It will give you access to the city.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, you've done my people a great turn then at this time. And I'll do you one. If it is Grandfather Turtle you seek, and I think it is, many seek him now, you're going a little bit the wrong way. Strike further north. He seeks the ends of the earth himself. I fear that he's leaving this world.
Is he gonna fly off and become Discworld? Yes.
Can I be on the back of that turtle?
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
you?
So as I
You
said,
walk through and you see Sam vibes. Oh yeah.
go north, you'll find him.
Yeah.
You can't miss him really. He
Yes.
leaves in his wake. It leaves storms and not storms. No, in his wake, he is enshrouded in storm right now. And the wake he leaves behind goes for leagues and leagues behind him. So I hope that I wish you luck in your quest,
Okay.
and I hope that you find what you're looking for with Grandfather Turtle.
We need to look for disturbed water.
Thank you, Paxitol. We wish you luck in finding peace and safety.
He returns to his mount and joins his compatriots, who then fly off east toward Waterdeep, south and east.
Someday I'll ride that dragon.
Okay, so I go down and I tell Corton we're gonna change
Directions.
direction.
Look for a great disturbance in the water.
Didn't
So-
sound sleepy.
So
Just work it out.
Corton inputs new directions, and the ship, the keep, turns and goes off in a new direction. So next time on Dice Nerds and Nagas, Grandfather Turtle will be revealed to our heroes. There will be disease, monsters, horror, action, sadness maybe. That and more next time on Dice Nerds and Nagas. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.